Hi, everybody. Hollie Clere, the social media advisor. I am so excited to come to you live today. I have a very, very special guest who is near and dear to my heart, and I would love for her to introduce herself to you. So welcome, Laurie.
Thanks, Holly. I love you too. I am Laurie Probsdorfer. I am with viaONEHOPE, and I'm super excited to be here. Holly and I met not too long ago and became fast friends over margaritas.
You know, when you get to have a one-to-one with someone and it turns into like a 1 to 3 hour,
I know.
And that's just, I mean, it's a soulmate thing, right?
Totally.
It's so perfect.
Super awesome.
So we actually met through 2 different networking groups, but I've seen your face before, and you've always intrigued me, and it's just your spirit and your energy is just amazing. I have a super fun question for you. So if you were to have a spirit animal and a superhero, who would that be and why?
I'm glad that you asked. I actually had a minute to think about this. So luckily, Holly is a professional, so she can send things out a little bit ahead of time, because if you had just asked me, I would have been like, but I know my superhero 1,000% is my mom, Super Dee Dee. My mom is 79, and she still walks about 5 miles every single day. She takes my 98-year-old grandma to yoga once or twice a week. I know, right? My mom is incredible. Obviously, my grandma's incredible too, but my mom has... she just is calm, cool, and collected at all times and gets stuff done. You know, she just gets it done. And then my spirit animal, this is like super like stuck up, except it's totally true. My spirit animal is my dad. He's like a wild tiger. He is also 79. He's so awesome. He's also 79, goes to work every day, still works a manual labor job. Wow. And provides, for my mom. And like, they've been married for 57 years. And they're just, they are phenomenal. They absolutely astound me. And like, I pray that I get to be like that,
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yay. So,
oh my gosh, you got
thanks for letting me have both.
I love it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, now I need to meet your mom and dad. I need to meet your mom, the efficiency, getting it done person, and the tiger. Hallelujah.
Yeah, for sure.
I love it. So tell me a little bit about what you get to do every day.
Oh, Holly. As you know, I love what I get to do every day. I cannot even tell you how much I love it. So just briefly, I'm with viaONEHOPE Wine. We are a cause-centered winery based in Napa. Our company was built on the mission to give back with everything that we do and to make the world a better place. And it was founded 10 years ago. What I get to do every day of my life, it's so layered, but yes, I get to pour wine and make people happy and give them delicious wine, but I also feel like I'm giving them hope and I'm giving them power. I feel very empowered by what I do. We, as I said, we donate part of our profit on everything that we sell to one of our cause partners. And we have about 50 plus different cause partners. Wow. So just by drinking a glass of wine, right? You're like feeding a hungry kid, or you, Felicia. I don't know if I'm supposed to react to those comments, but Felicia, that was funny.
Felicia John said, I saw wine.
She said, I was coming in for some wine for sure. So, that's what makes me wake up every day super excited. So thanks for asking.
So you're going to have wine. You get to talk to people about how to incorporate wine in their life.
Yeah.
And you get to give back to some amazing causes at the same time. That's awesome.
Yep.
Hi, Felicia Jones. Hi, Jen. Thank you guys so much for joining.
Yeah.
I think that's spectacular. So, you know, being that I do like wine. I do like the experience of being able to relax with a good glass of wine and a good piece of bite, right? Some good food that goes with good wine. What is your favorite? Do you prefer red? Do you prefer white? Do you prefer sparkly?
Yes.
All of the above.
Yeah, I think when I started, so I started a little over 2 years ago, and I wasn't a wine snob, but I liked my wine. Like I was, I'm a wine girl. I like the wine, which hence is what drew me to viaONEHOPE. And I think if you had asked me that, I would say, oh no, I really only like reds. But what the experience of doing this has done for me is it's completely opened my wine floodgates, if you will. So currently I am really, really into bubbles. Love. And what's cool is like, I would never buy bubbles prior to this because either they're super expensive or they're not expensive and they are nasty. So ours is super affordable and I can drink it every day and I'm feeding hungry children every single day. So yeah.
And so that brings us back to Felicia has a question. What made you start with OneHope? What was the driving force? Like you woke up one day and you said, wine, helping people, making this happen today. What was the...
Not really, no. Kind of like that. I had been with another company that I loved and adored. I was the first consultant with that company. And after 3.5 years, it went out of business. And I had a good sized team at that company. It's all direct sales, by the way. I love direct sales. I'm passionate about direct sales. And there, anybody who knows me has heard this story, but I could not for the life of me. I knew I needed to do something. But for the life of me, I could not, I didn't want to sell you anything. I didn't want to sell anybody anything. Yeah. So I really had to kind of dig a little bit and go, okay, well, what are you passionate about? What do you love? Well, I love wine. So anyway, I started looking at different wine companies in the direct selling space, and a really great trusted advisor and friend that's in direct sales. As I mentioned it to her, she said, oh, you got to check out this viaONEHOPE. It's incredible. It's brand new. And, the rest of the story is I went to the website and within 15 minutes, I hadn't tried the wine. I had never heard of any of the causes, but how it made me feel.
Oh, wow.
Not just reading what they were doing on the website. Like I can't even describe to you. So that's what made me join. And that's bigger. That's
really cool too, because having the mind frame of direct sales as it is, and then finding another direct sales organization that fit your personality, that's really powerful. So, I mean, it was almost like you had me at hello, right? Yeah. Jerry Maguire.
Shortly out, we announced our company closing on Friday. I did take the weekend, even though I knew. But I was like, no, you gotta take a minute, right? So I took the weekend to think about it, and then I joined on Monday. But and then I went, what if the wine is terrible? What if these causes aren't true? And the wine is,
which it's not. It's delicious.
It's all
it is delicious.
Yeah.
So this friend that introduced you to this, is that the person that you also do your YouTube show with?
It's not.
Okay.
That's one of my besties, and we actually have worked parallel in direct sales for about 15 years. We both started in direct sales when our babies were little at the same time, and we were in different companies, which was kind of cool because we could sort of cheer each other on and be excited for one another, and there's no competition or whatever. And when I started OneHope, she was watching me, and I wasn't even going to recruit her because, I have full respect for what you're doing. Anyway, and she finally came and approached me and said, oh, you're going to have to tell me more. So, so she came on board. Gosh, it's been almost 2 years ago, I think. So that's been really fun.
Your YouTube channel is so much fun. I love watching your videos.
Thank
and
you.
Hey, did you know she's cheering you on right now?
Hi, yeah.
I love it.
The woman, I want to just say really quick, the woman who did tell me about OneHope is going to have a bigger part in OneHope now. So,
okay, so don't spoil it.
No, I won't.
I won't.
Oh.
Marnie, thank you so much for joining us. I love your YouTube show. I love watching you ladies talk about wine and trying out different things. Super hilarious, super fun, absolutely engaging. You've got a lot of viewers.
We do have a lot of viewers, yeah.
So kudos to both of you. That's really spectacular. And Brittany's joined us as well. So
hi, Brittany.
So I do have a question for you. In discovering what direct sales and all these different things have looked like, has there been one business struggle that you would just want to share with the world of like something to overcome in navigating all these waters of experiencing being your own business owner?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's, certainly, again, it's super layered. I'm a person who I was truly blessed to be born with a sunny disposition. And my superhero mom and my spirit animal dad truly taught me, like from jump, that I could do whatever. And so I'm not somebody who typically struggles to sort of get stuff done. Like, I just know it's what I have to do. It's my job. I work, whatever. But bigger struggles for me are sometimes you're not always super popular when you are, managing a team or whatever. That's hard for me. As far as a big sort of thing that I had to sort of work through was, at the same time, I was closing a very, for me, successful business and opening a new business. And they overlapped for about 2 months. And it was probably one of the most crazy, hectic times of my life. It was intense because I was trying to learn all this new stuff. And that company, OneHope, was new. So they didn't have a lot of things in place. And I was trying to, ramp down this other, and I still had parties. And so, I mean, when I look back on direct sales, that's probably been the most challenging thing I've ever done. What I find, honestly, and this is, it's going to sound like a total pitch, but it's true. I absolutely.
Okay, pause for a second, because you're you win the award for the very first person to ever cuss on my live stream. And I love you for it.
What did I say?
I don't want to come across as a bitch.
No, pitch. I didn't swear, Hollie. Listen, I can swear for you with life.
Girlfriend, I
don't want that award, Hollie. Don't give me that award. Pitch, P-I-T-C-H.
Enunciation.
No, I don't want to sound like I'm being salesy, which is another way to say that word. Wine sells itself. So I don't.
Wine does sell itself. Yes.
And this passion and this give back, that people are all over it. So a big struggle that a lot of people have in direct sales is booking parties. I do not have that problem. And I think partly it's because I'm super consistent. I don't really stop. You look like you want to say something.
I do. I'm stuck on the fact that like you were in the transition for 2 months. And I see a lot of direct sales folks stuck with the position of wearing multiple hats, and I feel like that's kind of where people get stuck, right? Like if I did websites and SEO and social media and messaging, I mean, like that's way too many hats for me to put on. Right. And it's cool, it's shiny, it's super fun to have a bunch of different things, but I feel like just initially with the question, it was more like I found the craziest time in my life was when I was wearing both hats and doing parties for both things and trying to market both things. I just feel like as business owners, when we put on too many hats, right? Like that is such a struggle. And that is where we can absolutely just get stuck. Booking parties and all those other things, those are their own challenges in and of themselves. But when we try to spread ourselves too thin,
yeah,
and you've really excelled in your game, and your grit is legit awesome because you are in your lane. You know your game, and like wine is the thing. We give back. Let's have fun. If we're not having fun, we're doing it wrong, which is always why I loved you. And from the very first second I saw you, and I'm like, that woman owns her lane.
Yeah. I love my lane. Come over. It's a great lane.
So to just transition a little bit, I want to go back to a question that Felicia was asking.
Okay.
She says, what is your best sangria recipe?
Oh, golly. I'll tell you what, I don't make sangria, but I know there are some beautiful sangria, like white sangria recipes out there.
Ooh.
I love our Sauvignon Blanc, and you could certainly mix that with it's got a very citrusy sort of undertone to it, like pink grapefruit. So you could do like a citrusy, maybe mix that. And I've never tried it, so I'm not giving you a recipe. I'm making this up.
I'm not endorsing this one, but
I'm not saying you should try it. But I mean, like maybe little pieces in that Sauvignon Blanc, some little chopped up pieces of pear and strawberry. I like, if I do have sangria, I like to go ahead and add a little bit of kick to that. So maybe some Saint Germain in there. I don't know. I have never tried it. It might taste like poison. I have no idea.
That actually sounds really, really good. Okay, Felicia, Laurie, we need to do this at the next event. So you bring the wine, I'll bring the fruit and the glasses, and Felicia, you can just taste.
Just come
and taste. And we're gonna try this. It's a deal.
I love it. Okay, I got a little Sauvignon Blanc right over here. Yeah, I got some,
but it's not here. You're over there,
and it's 10.
It's only morning.
I know. But yeah, that Saint Germain, man, you can pretty much put that in anything, and it's going to be fabulous. Have you had Saint Germain?
Awesome. Well, plus fruit. I mean, then you get your portion of good stuff for the day, right?
That's right, honey. That's right. You got it.
So what do you feel? I mean, if there were 3 top ways that you could serve the community with OneHope, what are the top 3 ways that you serve outside of obviously giving back, but top 3 services or top 3 bundles? What does that look like?
I am super, it's after 3:00 in Europe. I will tell you that I have a really, gosh darn it, I have a really beautiful offer, and I can empower women and men, but men typically don't need a lot of empowerment. Maybe some do, but I really feel like that is my number one service in my community, is helping women find themselves again. I mean, it sounds like super intense and like Oprah-ish, and it's not. I just mean, I was home for 17 years with my kids. You get a little lost in there. And I watch women daily recognize themselves again, find their self-confidence again, find their own power again. And that's, that's the business side. But even when I come to your house and I pour wine and you recognize that, you're planting a tree, or you're providing healthcare for Napa farm workers, or, any of the number of things that we do, like, that's big stuff. I think that's a big service that I provide. And then, just on a more sort of surface level, I mean, I'm so insanely passionate about what I do, so you have to tell me to shut up, because we can be here all day. Like, I'm dead serious. I cry when I think about what I get to do, Anyway, on a much more surface level, my background prior to direct sales has been in customer service. So I was a VP of Directors Customer Service for a big national cable company. And so I'm all about like, give the best service. So I think I could give some pretty doggone good customer service to my customers.
You do. And, you know, not only do you provide good customer service to your customers, but you teach others what that looks like. And it's fascinating because in a world today where customer service really is a learned thing, it's not just an expected thing, that is so deeply powerful. And being able to equip stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home dads, any person, professional who's just wanting to make ends meet all the way around with the gift to be able to give back to community and serve in a way that they can love on people is definitely deeply powerful. So
it is. I want to just mention there's a young woman watching us right now who's a single mom. And I've watched her in 6 months. I've watched this young woman become empowered and powerful and embrace what she's doing and spread it out into the world. Like I get to see that.
That's awesome.
Yes. Wine. Like the wine is, I always say, it's not about the wine. It's all about the wine. The wine is beautiful, but it's not really about the wine. The wine is our story to get us where we want to go.
The vehicle to get us there. Yes. Beautiful. I love this so much. What is some way, I mean, this was a question we both were a little challenged with what it is that you do, but I really feel it's powerful to be able to invite people into the space of being able to benefit their life and growing their business this year. So how can you benefit someone who's looking to take an extra step and try on something a little bit new and be able to serve people in that way? What does that look like?
I feel like you just said it, but here's the thing. I am, again, super passionate about what I do. It's I know I sound super schmaltzy, but it's so much more than a direct selling business to me. I am driven by our mission and our vision because I believe it with every fiber of my being. And when somebody comes in, somebody might come in and just, people come into direct sales for lots of reasons, right? Oh, I want to make a couple $100 a month, or I want to make a car payment. And that's awesome. And we can totally provide that. And that's great. And come on in and do a couple of wine tastings and do that. But when they get it, when that switch flips, I'm right there for you. Like, I'm going to support you. I try to offer a lot of opportunities. A friend of yours and mine, Andrea, will be providing, yay! In fact, she's coming on Tasting Tuesday today.
Shut the front door.
I know.
Okay, what time is that going to be?
What
time is that?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to be there at 4 o'clock.
So Andrea is providing sort of a service for my team in February. So she and I are doing a live call tonight for my team, but she's going to come on today and talk about, what she has going on and what folks might find with her. So again, cool. I don't even know how I got to this place, but it's the click. And here's what I get to see. Okay, I know, I swear I'm going to stop, I promise. But here's what I get to see. This is no lie. So typically, direct sales, we do a lot of tastings on the weekends, right? So Thursday through Sunday, that's usually when there's a lot of activity and people are out and about and sharing. And every single Monday morning, at least one, but usually more people say, I wasn't feeling it today. It was hard for me. I had to get babysitter for my kids, or there was some struggle. And then they got out there and they went and did their tasting, and they came back so full. because of what they were showing people, what they were offering people. I get notes from people that say, teachers especially, teachers are my jam, but my monthly check ran out and I wasn't going to be able to buy groceries this month or this week. And then I remembered that I have my OneHope money. So I was able to go to the grocery store. So it's just hugely impactful on a million different levels. I know I'm going to shut up. I can't stop myself.
I don't really want you to shut up. This is all about you. So,
oh my
gosh. But I
gosh.
do have a question for you. I know you have goals, and you've probably got some big goals this year because let's just pause, y'all, because you celebrated some pretty tremendous goals last year.
I did.
Well, literally a month ago. So I want to know, first of all, what were those goals? What are your goals this year? And how are you looking to achieve them?
Thank you for asking.
I'm celebrating you.
Thank you. And I need you to look at that comment that I just made because now it's 14. I don't know how that happened. It was 100% my computer when I sat down. So I might need to go get my charge cord. Yeah, I did. I had a huge goal last year. I've reached the top of our comp plan and I was paid out the highest bonus. So they're revamping the comp plan. Thank you. And that's not something you do by yourself. That takes a team of people working together. And I'm blessed to have the most amazing, amazing team of people that work together. This year, what I'm doing to reach my goals is my word for the year, you know how we all come up with a word, right? My word for the year is invite. And so I'm inviting every opportunity, every joy, every challenge. I'm inviting God into my world. I'm inviting people into my world. I want to invite people into my business. So I feel like if I'm open and I'm welcoming everything, whatever it is, I don't care what it is, right? I'm going to grow. My business is going to grow. OneHope is going to grow, right? Yes. So I definitely see it as more of a holistic thing, as you can see by my hippie.
Oh, girlfriend, I dig the hippie vibe.
I love it.
I do.
Hey, should I go get my charge cord?
Yeah, well, I just have one more question for you, and then we're going to close out.
Let's do it.
Okay. So what is your offer? What do you want to offer people?
I want folks to find whatever it is. Here's the deal. You see how I feel? I want everybody to feel that way.
Yes.
That's my goal. Whether it's with OneHope or it's in, what you do, or it's being a mom, or it's driving an Uber, this feeling that I get to live every single, it's ridiculous. I literally feel joyful. It doesn't mean that bad stuff doesn't happen in my life. Of course it does. But I just love how I feel. And I want that for everybody. Do I want you to have it in OneHope? Yeah. But if you got to find it someplace else, that's fine too. So, that's what I would say is, that's my call to action. Go find your joy. Go find the thing that's going to feed you and make you feel amazing. And if you think it's this, give me a buzz and we'll talk. And, if not, find something else.
I love that. I love that that's how we're going to button this up. I will be sharing Laurie's contact information below, her Facebook page, ways you can get in touch with her if you want to learn more about OneHope, if you want to just have some wine in your life, if you want some joy. That's why I invited her here, because her personality is just so gravitational and beautiful.
Thanks,
Thank you, Laurie. I just appreciate you so much.
I
love you too. Thank you for talking wine with me this morning.
Thanks, Hollie. Have a beautiful day.
You too. Thanks, everybody, for joining.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.